Great. Good evening, everyone from New Zealand, and good morning, good afternoon for various countries where you are in. We are starting a webinar today for New Zealand School of Education or New Zealand NZSEG group, which is represented by Farzad here. We'll do a bit of brief. Um, let's have Farzad a bit of 30 seconds about you and what you do. Simple as that.
Absolutely. Firstly, thanks, Bharat, and thanks to RBS Intellect for doing this. And thank you, everyone who's joined this from different parts of the world. Quick introduction, I'm Farzad Irani. I work as a business development manager with New Zealand Skills and Education Group, which has different subsectors to it. However, mostly we recruit international students towards our Seafield School of English for English language courses, and also a lot of vocational courses, different PG and bachelor's level courses into New Zealand Skills and Education College, which is NZSE College, which I'll be focusing on today, and I'll be talking a lot about.
Great. Soon over to you. Just a brief.
Hi everyone, I'm Sun Lim from RBS Immigrations. I'm a licensed immigration advisor. I'm based in Auckland. You're welcome to post any question to me, and anything related to immigration, I'll try to answer my best to answer you.
Great. I think I'll cover a bit of brief about me and RBS. So I'm Bharat Chal. I'm a director of RBS. I've been in the industry for 20 years. I've been worked in multiple sites and multiple colleges at the same time. We are RBS. We are based in roughly 12 countries now with 17 offices and 100 plus team members. So we are there to support you, and we'll try to give as many answers today. If you don't get an answer, please reach out to us at hello@rbsintellect.com or info@rbsintellect.com. So as we start and we do a bit of brief before Farzad takes over his presentation, a lot of people see the New Zealand is in the southern part of the world or on the southern eastern side of the world. We normally call it we are the part of the middle of the earth. We are centrally located in most of the continents. If you see, we are near to Australia. We are near a flight to US and Latin America, then India or China. So technically, what we want to see is that there are connectivity available for New Zealand from multiple parts of the world. Yes, there are some indirect connectivities. Example from India, Sri Lanka, Nepal. We have to take a flight towards Singapore, or Thailand, or Malaysia, or we go to Dubai to come to New Zealand. So there are direct flights from New Zealand to Dubai, which is the longest flight comparatively. But then we are connected across multiple destinations in multiple ways. And that's why New Zealand is also called as the middle of the earth, which is based on the movie Hobbit or Lord of the Rings. Why we choose New Zealand or why choose New Zealand? The reason we cover this is to see people who are coming for the first time or have not attended the webinar for RBS. New Zealand is always ranked in the top 10 education system in the world. We are a OECD country. It's a small country, but it's a developed country. We follow the British education system. It's a Commonwealth country. Roughly 5,500 qualifications are offered in New Zealand in multiple institutions compared to universities, polytechnics, or private institutions. New Zealand is always ranked in top 5 countries to be safest in the world. Currently, we are the third safest country. Students are allowed to work part-time while they are studying. Now the part-time work is increasing to 25 hours from November, which is great. We will be one of the country which is offering highest number of part-time working hours in OECD. There are a lot of pathways to migration, which soon we'll be talking about. New Zealand is a destination which is offering easier or a kind of clear pathway to residence option if you talk about. Now, most of the universities, there are 8 universities in New Zealand which are top ranked in 3%, but there are 16 or 15 polytechnics which will be cut down to 10 or 11 because we are merging. And then we have around 50 active private providers in the country, and we have NZSE, one of them, which are aggressively marketing international. Though in numbers we have 800 plus domestic and international private providers in New Zealand, but everyone don't offer it for international students. Now, one thing is what New Zealand we also call the East, Switzerland of the East. We are one of the beautiful landscape country. I believe Farzad was there 2 weeks ago. In any case, you have seen a lot of scenery around, which I've seen from him, his postings around. So going around, it's a full package destination for a student to come in. We normally see students at the age of schooling start coming to New Zealand because it's the safest country, and we are a landlocked We are not a landlocked country. We are a waterlogged country. We have no land connected to New Zealand, which is easier and safe. One part of the benefit is that we don't have any snakes in New Zealand. Simple as that. And no mammals, or we call no. You can go in forests in the night without any worry. Simple as it. We do cover the basic side of education system, so we do follow very common system which prevail in most of the Commonwealth countries, which is master's, doctoral degree, postgraduate, graduate diplomas, and bachelors. The only difference is that New Zealand put the names or levels around these certifications or qualification. So if you're doing a postgraduate or a doctoral degree, it's a level 10. If you do masters in New Zealand, which is level 9, you need to remember these acronyms. When it's postgraduate certificate or PG diploma, it's level 8. When it's graduate certificate, it's level 7, which is also a bachelor degree. Level 6 and level 5 and level 4 are certificate and diplomas. Now, every country have a different requirement, different kind of entry to different courses. So, example, a student coming from ASEAN countries can come for English, but from South Asian countries, they can't come for study English. So, we'll try to cover as many things to make sure that we provide various options what NZSEG has to offer. Now, I can see some people are raising hands. Please, this is a webinar. Put your questions in the Q&A box. We will not allow anyone to speak as this is a webinar and it's recorded. Now, it's again a detailed format around that levels. Now, the reason we mentioned this slide, the second slide again, one thing which is New Zealand offers very well is that every institution have a same kind of outcome with the immigration policies, if it's a polytechnic or a university or a private. So compared to other countries, New Zealand allows every institution to have a same outcome with the immigration criteria in terms of post-study work right or immigration policies. So if you're studying in a polytechnic or a private college or a university, your outcome in terms with immigration is same. The qualifications are well recognized, well accepted in New Zealand, in any institution you are studying in, depend what kind of institution or what kind of qualification you are studying in. There are some caveats, but that is basically the institution which are not up to the mark, which are not allowed to enroll for intern students. Now, soon you want to talk about the study to residence pathway. If you can talk about 3 points, will be helpful. Soon you're on mute, so we can't hear you.
Okay. So basically, as like Bharat has mentioned, that in New Zealand now we have a very transparent, very easy to understand residency pathway. So if you come here to study, you're eligible for post-study work visa up to 3 years, depending on what courses you are doing. So at the same time, you're allowed to work. You are allowed to work up to 20 hours, and from November onwards, you're allowed to work up to 25 hours. Okay, so depending on what courses that you're doing, you may be able to bring your spouse and your children along. If you are able to bring a spouse along, they are on open work visa, and your children may be eligible for as a domestic students and enrolling in primary and secondary school. So basically, we have a very straightforward pathway. And next slide, please. So at RBS, we actually provide end-to-end services. For example, if you can send us your CV, tell us what you want to do, your budget, your academic transcripts, we can help you to find courses that are available, either with NZSE or with any other schools. So once we evaluate and we provide you an options of all the available courses that meet your requirements, then we'll help you to apply for an offer as well. So we don't charge any of these services. We'll get the offer from the institution, from NZSE. Once you're happy with the offer letter, we can even help you to launch a visa. Okay, we launch your student visa free. All right. If you are outside New Zealand, it can be done for free. So you don't have to pay the fees until your visa is approved in principle. Once your visa is approved in principle, then you're required to pay the full fees for at least 1 year. Once it's done, then immigration will issue you a e-visa. Okay, next. Next.
Just adding one more point from here soon.
Yeah.
Now, there are multiple ways. I mean, we see built different countries apply different routes. So New Zealand offer AIP and e-visa route. So you can pay the fees in advance, but at RBS we normally don't prefer if you are not from the certain countries. Um, it's a least cost from student perspective when you're comparing to Australia, UK, Canada, in terms of your lodging the visa application, because all the three countries require a fees to be paid in advance. So that makes a bit more prospective or positive destination from a student perspective. And like Son said, we don't charge any fees for visa lodgement if you are doing the offshore student visa process with RBS. In certain countries, there are certain administration fees, but that is because we run the review or IELTS training center where the student can get the combination offer with us. We will talk about other visas where we do help full family migration also. Fazad, over to you. You're welcome. This is your slide. I'll be stop sharing and you'll be taking over from here.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Bharat. Thank you so much, Sun, for sharing the information. And once again, thank you everyone who's here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to share my screen. Okay. It's not going to be a PPT, which ideally confuses the students and the attendees always of where to find the information that was shown. So everything that I'll be talking about is going to be present on our official website. So it becomes, it makes everyone lives easy to go back to the same information and toggle through the, information that they're looking into.
In the meantime, while Farzad is sharing the screen, my suggestion to everyone will be please start asking your question on the Q&A box. So as and when Farzad finishes the presentation, we'll talk about 2 slides and then we take it forward. Over to you, Farzad.
Awesome. So starting with again New Zealand Skills and Education College. So this is our official website. Okay, so we have different schools. So first, I'm going to start with School of Health, wherein we have multiple campuses and we provide our School of Health programs across Newland campus, which is based in Auckland, and Hamilton campus, which is based out of the Waikato region. So I'm going to give you a quick brief background about what the course is, etc. And of course, RBS is always there to assist you with that. So the first course that I'm going to talk about is New Zealand Certificate in Health and Wellbeing, Social and Community Services. It's a level 4 certificate program with specialization in either disability support or mental health and addiction support. Absolutely the student's choice. As a part of the program, okay, towards the end of the studies, the student will be undertaking 200 hours of work placement at an aged care facility or similar environment, which is something that the college provides, and we have our employer partners where the students will be placed, and it's a part of the curriculum itself. And upon graduation, if you see, the student will be able to work with a minimum pay of $28.25 as per government's pay parity agreement. I'll get into a little bit details about it later on, and I'm sure soon will be able to elaborate on it more. Now, the entry requirements are pretty simple for this course. If you have completed your high school class 12, and if you have done it from the medical background, that is studied biology as a subject, I think you are a perfect fit for this. IELTS overall requirement is 5.5 bands, nothing below 5 bands. Unfortunately, there is no post-study work visa, but the government has spoken about bringing in some sort of 6 months of job search visa or something. So that's a good news for students who want to pursue a certificate or a diploma course. However, it has a very, very good work to residence pathway, which I will get into. The second course that we have is Diploma in Community Healthcare and Support. It's a level 7 diploma program. In entire New Zealand, we are the only institute to offer this particular program. No one else has this. So we run around 8 intakes a year across our Newland campus in Auckland and Hamilton campus as well. So this is again a 1-year program, ideally for students who are already working into or have academic background of healthcare. So someone who's completed general nursing and midwifery diploma and are registered nurses in their home country, someone who's completed PCL and having some sort of 1 to 2 years of work experience from Nepal, etc. So those are the correct profiles. Someone who's completed Bachelor of Social Work or working in a rehabilitation center, working in an aged care center, and having that kind of experience are the ideal candidates. IELTS overall requirement here is 6 bands, nothing below 5.5. Now, compared to our level 4 program, over here, we provide 160 hours of work placement at an aged care facility or similar environment. And upon graduation, the student can reap the same benefit, that is working at minimum $28.25 an hour. Now, what is the pay parity agreement? Now, just to get into some details. So, Immigration New Zealand says that there is a scarcity of care workers, care workforce in New Zealand, right? So that is why they've come up with a category called care workforce work to residence visa. What the policy says, in short, is that if someone works as a care worker, as a support worker in that care workforce for 2 years, earning minimum $28.25 as a per hour salary, they can directly apply for a work to residence visa. So over here, bases are 160 and 200 hours of work placement. We also have employer partners where we assist the student in getting a part-time job also within the industry. So these all combinations eventually help our students to get a job offer before the student visa expires, and they can always apply for a work visa, work for 2 years, and have the work to residence pathway. Otherwise, always, of course, there are multiple options to study further as well. So that's regarding our School of Health, and pretty happy to introduce the next program, which we have just launched. It's called PG Diploma in Healthcare, Postgraduate Diploma in Healthcare with specialization. So for international students, the specialization we have is addiction. It's a level 8 1 year program leading to 1 year of open post-study work visa as well. Now, basis the new, INZ updates, etc. PG diploma also is going to give you 5 points, and with 1 year of work experience, it leads to the residence pathway. So that's good news, of course. But apart from that, the best part about this course, and we have already received an approval, there is an association called DEPANS. In short, it's a Drug and Addiction Practitioner Association of New Zealand. So what it leads to is that once you study this course, this program will lead to you becoming a registered addiction practitioner in New Zealand. Okay, and when I say that, it leads to that. So that is the addiction practitioner role is a part of green list. Green list is nothing but roles or qualifications which are mentioned, which are in skill shortage list in New Zealand. In short, that's what it means. So what they're trying to say is that if you're an addiction practitioner, even if you have a job offer to work as one at median wage or above, you can directly apply for a straight to residence visa. So that's the pathway that this course has. Apart from that, there are a lot of what you say, lot of roles that the student can absolutely get into. So some of the roles here for addiction would be these, and this one is the one. These three roles will eventually lead to you becoming an addiction practitioner and getting into these roles. So this is a brilliant program. Also, the fee structure for this particular program is 26,000 New Zealand dollars only, and $20,000 is the living expense. Uh, that's for School of Health. Now I'm going to continue with our School of Technology and then move on to engineering and education. Feel free to start posting questions, and we'll try and answer it. The next program is our bachelor's degree. Again, a very unique program. It's Bachelor of Business Information Management. It's a unique combination of business and IT and management together, literally, with specialization in data analytics. So the program is literally called Bachelor of Business Information Management with specialization in data analytics. So in year two, the student will be studying specialization in data analytics, wherein we have added, subjects like advanced data engineering, big data analytics, but also machine learning and artificial intelligence, which is need of the hour, where students ideally, go to pursue their master's, PG, etc. Also in year three, a student can select an interesting topic of their choice and work on an industry capstone project, which will be a live project with our industry partners and not a mock project, and it is a part of the curriculum itself. The next available intake is February 2026, and the fees per year is 20,000 New Zealand dollars only. This program is available in our Auckland CBD campus. It is a brand new campus, bang opposite, the Sky Tower in New Zealand. And recently, it was just opened by Prime Minister of New Zealand as well. Bharat was a part of that function. Uh, so it's a brilliant program. 3 years of degree, bachelor's degree, leading to 3 years of open post-study work visa as well. So that's the bachelor's degree. Apart from that, we have a program, very good program. So if you are a high school student who has studied mathematics in their class 12, or if you have completed some ITI diploma sort of in engineering, this is absolutely a brilliant choice for you with IELTS requirement of 6 bands, nothing below 5.5. We also accept PT, TOEFL, OET, everything that is acceptable by New Zealand Qualification Authority is something that we accept. So the program is called New Zealand Diploma in Electronics Engineering. It's a level 6 240 credit program. It's a 2-year program leading to 2 year of post-study work visa, which is going to be a specific post-study work visa, wherein the government says that that when you're on your post-study work visa, you have to work in a role of electronic engineering technician only. And it's a technician level job, so easy to find. Uh, Again, this is available in our Auckland CBD campus. The next available intake is going to be February 2026. Now, we have also tied up with public universities in New Zealand, like AUT and Massey University, wherein if the student in future wishes to pursue a Bachelor of Engineering or Bachelor of Technology in Electronic Electricals, they will also be eligible for full cross credits and start pursuing their bachelor's from second or third year directly. Also, here, if you see, graduates will be capable of operating at a technician level scope as outlined by Dublin Accord, which is an international engineering alliance formed back in 2002, which also means that the program is globally recognized and not just in New Zealand or your home country. Now, the benefit of pursuing this program, like I said, if you're a class 12 student who studied maths, IELTS is 6 bands, nothing below 5.5, you study for 2 years. As soon as you complete 2 years, you become eligible for a 2 years of post-study work visa, in which the students, ideal job is to, get a job offer to work as an electronic engineering technician at median wage or above. Now, this role is also a part of Green List again. So what the government is saying is, so I'll just go to that portion. So if you see, this is Green List, okay, official INZ website. So if you see the role here, it says electronic engineering technician. Green List requirement says that you must have one of the following, in which our program is clearly mentioned here. Correct. So the student is already meeting the green list requirements on completing the program. However, to be eligible, you must be working for an accredited employer or have a job offer from one and be paid at least median wage or above. So once I have a job offer with median wage or above, I can directly apply for straight to residence visa. So that's the pathway, one of the quickest pathway to get into, become a resident in New Zealand. The fee structure for 2 years is 39,000 New Zealand dollars, which is less than the living expense for 2 years, which is 40,000 New Zealand dollars. Uh, Next program, I'm going to move on to our School of Education now. So this is again a newly launched program, which we had an intake in August and we have one in November as well. So it is New Zealand Diploma in Early Childhood Education and Care Level 5. Now, this program is someone who wishes to become a registered teacher in New Zealand, start their journey in New Zealand. However, there might be multiple issues. So if you study this course, if you're a class 12 student, a high school student, or some relevant experience with IELTS requirement of 5.5 bands, nothing below 5, the fee structure for this particular program is 20,000 New Zealand dollars only. Also, as a part of this program, again, this is going to be available in our Auckland CBD campus. The website is yet to be updated. Sorry for that. But we also provide work placement of 120 hours as a part of this program in a kindergarten setup or a daycare setup, etc., wherein the student gets real-time, real-life experience as well. Now, what this leads to is on successful completion, unfortunately, there is no post-study work visa. However, you get direct entry into our second year of Bachelor of teaching early childhood education specialization, because the curriculum for level 5 and the first year bachelor's is the same. So you get full cross credits, you start studying in bachelor's. However, at that point in time, it is a Teaching Council of New Zealand requirement that someone who wants to become a registered teacher needs to have an IELTS requirement of 7 bands, nothing below 7. So in year 2, you need to get that score to enroll into year 2 of Bachelor of Teaching Early Childhood Education. You study for 2 years and also get a post-study work visa and become a registered teacher in New Zealand, which also has a work to residence pathway. That's NZSE courses for you. Some good news, what we're coming up with. So in our School of Technology, we are literally coming up with 2 master's degree, Master of Business Intelligence and Master of Data Analytics. Data analytics, we are also going to come masters by thesis and also masters by research. So if you're a correct student, if you think that this suits you, please get in touch with RBS and we've started accepting applications as well. If you're not meeting the entry requirements, we have basic 6 months postgraduate certificate in those specialization, which gives you a direct entry into studying our masters directly. Like I said, in School of Education, we are coming up with Bachelor of Teaching Early Childhood Education, as well as graduate diploma in teaching with all three specialization: early childhood education, primary education, and secondary education. Also, NZSE has completed 21 years recently. We are a crown-funded, what do you say, institute, private institute. That means partially government-funded as well. And yeah, so that is NZSE. These are the courses that absolutely, if you're a correct profile, you could get in touch with RBS directly, and of course, they're going to guide you. So that's me, Bharat. That's NZSE and the courses. I'm going to stop sharing my
So,
screen.
Farzad, can I ask you something? Just we can
Yes,
talk about the C field because we can see some students are there from a different countries. I mean, happy to
absolutely.
talk about it if you can share the C field courses. So, just to update for people who are joining from Vietnam, Mongolia, and Bhutan. NZSE have a Seafield School of English, which is
School
a
of
Category
English,
1
right?
school. Students from these countries can apply for study English in New Zealand and then move to
Absolutely.
the further education. So we have seen students coming from Vietnam, Bhutan, Mongolia to join English with Seafield and then move to their courses.
Awesome.
The fees is reasonable. It's a Category 1 school, which means that if you are studying more than 14 weeks in a Category 1 school, you can work part-time.
Right. Absolutely.
Great. So I'll go back to the presentation which we were running in, and we go and uh, share the screen. So now we left at presidency, now we cover. So coming down, the more important part, what you get and what you do. So I mean, at the same time, it is also useful from a perspective that what course you're choosing and why you're choosing. So you want to start that or you want me to cover it?
Sure, I can start. I can cover this one. Okay, I think most of the people here or students here that are interested what happened after your study. Okay, let's talk about post-study work visa. Some of the courses, and in fact, most of the courses are allowed you to have post-study work visa. So we start with the PhD. PhD basically, if you do a PhD, you're eligible for, once you finish, you're eligible for 3 years. But unfortunately, PhD is not easy to find job unless you wanted to be an academician and work in the universities. And again, there are too many PhD working in the university at the moment. So then we have master degree. If you do a master degree for a minimum of 30 weeks, you'll be eligible for 3 years work post-study work visa. And this is an open work visa. Similarly, when you do postgraduate diploma level 8 and bachelor degree, it has to be a bachelor degree. If you do 1 year, you get 1 year. If you do 2 years, then you get 2 years. If you do a 3 years program, you get 3 years. And just remember, all these are open work visa. Open work visa means that you can choose, you can work in any other area. It doesn't have to be directly relevant to your degree. While waiting for the right occupation or right job offer, you can work in any other areas. Okay, this is the advantage of an open work visa. However, it has been mentioned by Fazad, if you are doing anything that level 7 and non-degree or lower qualifications, okay, you have to be, if you want to have a post-study work visa, it must be qualifications that is specified on the green list. For example, the diploma level 6 in engineering, electronic engineering, and also the graduate diploma in teaching. These are considered on the green list, and all this qualification actually mentioned in the green list. And if you do that, then you're eligible for work visa. But this is not an open work visa. You can only work in the field of your study. So just be mindful of that. And we don't want students to get misunderstood that you can work in any other jobs. Okay, so choose carefully, talk to us, we'll guide you, and then we have a team of people to guide you which one is best suited for you. Okay, other than all this post-study work visa, what you need to meet, basically, you need to meet the English requirements, character, and health. These are very generic for everyone. Doesn't matter whether you're doing level 4 or PhD. So you must have an offer of place. You must prove that you are bona fide applicants. You are, and the best way is that how you will have a special tie to your home country, especially if you are adult children, adult students coming here to study. Is preferably you have some kind of ownership of properties or some kind of employment back home. Okay, and just just for information, for the tuition fees, besides the tuition fees, for each year of study, you must be able to provide to show to immigration you have access of fund of 20,000 per year. So if you're coming for 2 years, be prepared to provide for 40,000. So all this, if you don't have the funds yourself, the parents, grandparents, or in-laws can provide the financial undertaking, and you have some relative or some family members in New Zealand who are the residents that can provide you a sponsorship as well. Other than that, you can also try to get education loan if you are from certain countries, for example, India, Nepal, or Sri Lanka. If you want to get loans, make sure that the loans are from accredited by Immigration New Zealand. Not all financial institutions loans are acceptable. Talk to us, we can guide you on that. Okay.
Great.
Next.
Thank you, son.
Okay. Those who want to talk about, want to know more about skilled migrant category. So currently there are three pathways: SMC, skilled migrant residence pathway, green list pathway, and care workforce pathway. And soon we'll add another two more. One is a trade and technician pathway. The other is consider what they call it. I don't know how it's called. It's a new pathway that don't look at your qualification, but look at your work experience. Okay. So that will only be implemented next year, August. So don't worry about that. We just talk about the current pathway. Okay, next. Okay, since we're talking about changes, here are some of the changes. For example, we are still using the point system, but there's some trick into the point system. For example, you must have at least 6 points in order to apply for residence. Okay, so if you're coming here to do a master degree, you get 5 points. Currently, you get 5 points, and after that, you need to work here for 1 year. But the new changes, you may eligible for 6 points. So we're not talking. I don't want to talk too much about the new policy because it's not been implemented. It's not been fully released. So if you are coming here to do a master degree, this more popular program at the moment. Most of our students come here to do master. Why? Because it gives you 5 points. You also are eligible to have a 3-year post-study work visa. While you're doing master degree, your spouse can join you, your children can come and join you. So basically, one person who study a master degree, the whole family can come and they will be here for 4.5 years. All right. At the same time, both of you are allowed to work. Your children are allowed to attend school here as a domestic students. Domestic students means that they don't have to pay any fees. Okay, but they need to provide some funds as well. Okay.
Great. Can I add on this side?
Yeah.
So comparatively, guys, the reason we are adding this slide also is that because if somebody is coming for bachelor's courses, which NZSE offers, or a graduate diploma, or a pathway provider courses, you are getting more points. Currently, bachelor's offer 3 points, where it's moving to 5 points or 4 points.
4 points.
Depending on which bachelor's you're going in, honors or a bachelor's in a 3-year qualification. The benefit you see is that a lot of qualifications which were not beneficial in the current SMC category will make or become more beneficial. And again, the part is that the programs offered by NZSE, the price or the cost of the programs are actually much more beneficial for a lot of students who are coming from South Asian and ASEAN countries. So do keep in mind what is today will be changing tomorrow in say 8 months, but at the same time you have to plan and see what is the 3 year down the line. Is it?
Yep. That's correct. So what do we mean by skill work experience? Basically, if you don't have qualification, you need to work in a skill role in N-School 1 to 3, but soon we'll change it to NOL. We don't call it N-School anymore. And you must have at least 5 years directly relevant. And the difficult part now is that they introduce you must have a directly relevant skill work experience. For example, if you want to become a carpenter, say for example, carpenter, if it's a skill level 3, you must have that relevant skill work experience. And out of the 5 years, you must have at least 2 years that actually gain in New Zealand, and you must be paid at least 1.1 times the median wage. Okay, so this is something new. this new skill work experience pathway, but we are not going to delve on that now. Next. Okay, what about your family? Why? I'm sure they want to come here to work, come here to accompany you. If they are doing level 9 and above, or they are doing qualifications specified on the green list, for example, NZSE providing graduate diploma and as well as a Bachelor of Teaching. Am I right? Yeah. So if you are doing teaching courses, you are eligible to bring your partners along. Okay. So while you were studying, your partners can work. If they don't meet the work visa requirements, then they can come here on a visitor visa. No issue. Okay. And similarly, if you have children, when your partners is eligible to get a partnership work visa, your children, your dependent can come and dependent on your partners. Okay, and they must be your partner's biological children. Okay, and they are eligible to enroll as a domestic student to study primary and secondary school free. Okay, but you still need to provide some fund to cover some of their living expenses. If they are below 5 years old and they are not eligible for student visa, then they come here. They can come here on a visitor visa. Okay, next. Yeah,
Great. I mean, that's the best part of the time coming is the Q&A, which we love it. So again, whoever has not added the Q&A or question in your in the chat box or Q&A box, please start adding the question. We'll go in order so that we'll try to answer every question. Again, we will be talking more about NZSE questions. If somebody is going and asking questions which are not relevant today, we'll try to make sure that we are very well can answering that in a different part. Okay, first anonymous attendee, I have a bachelor's in computer science with 53% marks in 2018. Am I eligible for master's in computer science in New Zealand Public University? I also have 7 NILs and have over 7 years of work experience. I believe, yes, you are eligible, depend upon which university, which institution you are applying. I mean, if you don't get to master's directly because of your academic score or the gap or your experience, you can follow a PG diploma or a graduate diploma route or a PG certificate route. I mean, Farzad, you're welcome to answer if you want to answer, otherwise I'll keep moving in. Or soon you want to add, you're welcome to add into this.
Sure.
I'm okay. Good. Go ahead.
So we've got Baljeet from Pakistan. My latest qualification is MBA in finance from Pakistan. That was 2016. After that, I have been in my business. I want to know if I can apply for a course that is different from my study history, or example, any skilled worker course. I mean, yes, you can apply for different streams. You need to provide a statement of purpose, why you are changing, what's the benefit, and we need to see what is the background, what is the work you're doing in last 6 to 8 years. Now, what I suggest everyone, these are the questions you're answering, or we will be answering in a generic purpose. If you have your individual queries, please send your CV or academic document through hello@rbsintellect.com. We'll be putting that in our chat box so that we can reply individually. Remember that we are not charging for any consultation on any query or any application for student visas, just to give you a heads up. Amir Hamza, admission on MOI basis, which is medium of instruction. So Amir, I mean, Farzad, you want to answer the question, or I mean, just to give you a heads up, guys, Farzad was.
Unfortunately, we do not.
I know,
So
but I can give you a bit of background of Farzad. Farzad was in Immigration New Zealand in Mumbai office as a manager. Is that correct? So
yeah,
Farzad, you
that's
are always
correct.
able to talk about a lot of things, what happened inside. Over to you.
Yeah. So unfortunately, it is not acceptable, I would say. So there are, I think, a couple of universities, etc., which do that. However, everyone has to eventually adhere to the NZQA policies, and so that's what we are supposed to do. And I think MOI is based on, again, your overall profile, etc. If you are from a specific country, there is a possibility that MOI is acceptable. But if you're from Asian countries, I don't think
Agreed.
that's going to be acceptable by us. Yeah.
Agreed. So I'll talk. I'll agree to Farzad here. And just, I mean, if you have studied in UK, US, Canada, Australia, Ireland, in your previous qualification at bachelor's at a schooling level, yes, the MOI can be accepted. But if you're going down with studies from your home country, which is in South Asia or in ASEAN market, will be in ASEAN countries will not be accepted. We go to Sumaira Batul. Hi, my name is Sumaira from Pakistan, banker with 20 years state experience, last degree is MBA. Um, can you upgrade to the degree? Again, Sumaira, yes, you can upgrade to multiple qualifications, depend upon your experience in banking and finance also. We have seen Pakistan student visas coming through lately. In last 4.5 months, we have roughly got around 6, 7 cases go through. I mean, it's still a high risk market from the bank, from the immigration perspective, but we have seen student applying for various qualifications. So, it'll be great if you can send your query to us. We will happy to go in detail. You mentioned the age is 45, can apply for professional studies. Yes, the age is not an issue. In New Zealand, for study, there is no age, but for residence, there is a age. After 55, you can't apply for residency. Soon can add to that. I'm not an LI, but happy to give a generic information as per.
Yes, correct. There's no age limit for study, for education. We have students even up to 65, and recently there's one Indian national come here to study at the age of 72. No issue.
Great. So again, Sumaya, your question comes in now. We'll be recommending, we'll be ask question in one go. There are courses, okay, all the New Zealand qualifications which are approved as per the policy are there for a post-study work options, or they can lead to the jobs into various routes. You're coming for study, depending on which course you choose, team of RBs will guide you on that first. Second, residency depend upon your work and your points. So there are multiple categories. So it'll be dependent on the courses you choose. So for everyone, what course you're choosing is very important. What pathway you're following for residency, it depends upon what jobs you have and what course you're doing and how many points you're reaching. So you want to add something on that?
Yeah, I think no, not much to add. But I think it's best to send us your CV so that we can analyze it.
Great. So going down to Vasi. Vasi is from school counselor from Mongolia. Do you charge student for application process? Are there scholarships available? So Vasi, yes, there are scholarships available with every institution. Compared to if you talk about NZSE, the fees is very lucrative. I can say that compared to all the institutions. But then yes, there are scholarships in various universities and polytechnics. There are special fees as NZSE also again. Now, in terms of RBS charging money, we don't charge in any application process. We have a team member in Ulaanbaatar based in Mongolia, so you can contact with them, and we have a team supporting from New Zealand. At same time, New Zealand institution don't charge any application fees. So if you apply for NZSC or other institution, fees are not charged. So applying for offer letters, we recommend you should apply and see what are the opportunities and what options you're getting in. Anything somebody want to add soon or Farzad from your end?
No, I like you correctly said, no institute charges for any offer of place. So, and RBS the same. So just stick to that. Don't get scammed. That's it.
Great.
Yeah, I think mostly you can actually email us, and then we can get you connected to our staff in Mongolia.
So we have Rajendra. Is the program for retired government person with a family to migrate or New Zealand or PR purposes? So, Mr. Rajendra, you're welcome to put the query in. We do process the immigration investment categories and immigration business investor categories. So it'll be great. Son is what you called expert in investor category. This is a different thing, so I'll not talk about that more. But if you are above 55, student visa is not recommended for a residence pathway. You have to follow the AIB category in that case, or a retirement visa. Simple as that. Going back to Baljeet, for that, your question, somebody is from a business background, can they go for healthcare at 38?
Yes, so if you've completed a bachelor's degree and been working in business, but now want to move, we do have a graduate certificate in healthcare, level 7 program, leading to then postgraduate diploma in healthcare, the course that I spoke about. So that is a possibility, but there is no possibility of direct admission into a diploma or a PG diploma as such. because relevancy is mandatory. I think soon, or you, Bharat, you will also agree with me, because that leads to then visa challenges. So having some sort of relevancy, if not, then a proper pathway about why would you want to study a graduate certificate, which eventually leads to PG diploma. So that just sorts your bona fides as well. Yeah. So it is possible. Yeah.
Great. So, I mean, if somebody is asking half question, I'll not answer that. To be honest, um, Sanskar Gaglani, is an education applicable? Yes. If you're from India or from various other countries, example in Nepal or Sri Lanka, the education loan is acceptable. Like Sun said, it should be from the recognized bank which are approved by Immigration New Zealand. So please get in touch. We will help you out. We have a Nepal team. There are 4 offices in Nepal. There are 2 offices in Sri Lanka, and there are another 8 offices in India. So please, we're happy to support you, and we have a team to support around it too. We have Sanju. What is a post-study work visa? If the student study, if I study graduate diploma in early childhood, it's in a green list 1-year course and 2-year PSW. Is it correct? Prasad, you want to answer this?
I think, yes, it is a part of it. You can get along your family. It is on green list, and you will also be eligible for 1 year of post-study work visa. But soon will be a better person to talk about the second year of post-study work visa, considering its registration and, licensed thing.
Yeah, basically, technically you are eligible for 1 year, but if you require longer time to get the registration, you may get another year.
Agreed. And again, if you can, you are welcome to choose master's option if you have the financials are there, because graduate diploma is normally a less expensive course compared to master's. Master's can give you 3 years option. Now, Sanskar Gaglani, education loan without property mortgage can be done. Again, unsecured loans are not accepted in New Zealand, just to give you a heads up. As per the immigration checklist, we will recommend, I'm talking about from the Indian perspective, or a couple of other countries which are mentioned in. But please, will not answer the lot of generic question on this. It will not write. It will be case to case, and we can update on that. And again, which property you're mortgaging, that's the question becomes also. Any opportunities of Pakistan students? Yes, Abdul, like I said, we have students coming in from Pakistan. The visas are growing, and positive answers are coming in, or positive outcomes are coming in. Kashif, my son has completed double bachelor degree from Antalya, Turkey in hotel management, tourism, as well as business administration. Now he wants to do a master's from New Zealand. I mean, yes, Kashif, you can welcome. We recommend for a master's option. There are multiple masters in hospitality or relevant industries. Please share the details. We did a webinar a few weeks ago for hospitality only, but again, currently NZSE don't offer. We will not able to answer that question in detail. When we have answered this question already, Irshad, I have masters and bachelors in education. Can I enter a teaching course or direct PR course, if any? I mean, I believe yes, for that we can take a graduate diploma
Absolutely.
options.
Graduate diploma, and we have all 3 specializations coming in, so you can absolutely opt for it and has a direct straight to residence or a work to residence pathway, depending on the specialization that you opt for.
So what we have seen also that students who have done bachelor's or teaching in early childhood, they are teaching a secondary or a primary option. You can also swap these options, will be great, and that's where even you have done masters, you can still do a graduate diploma. That is not a problem in
Indeed.
those locations. We have a car. I want to apply for masters in manufacturing engineering, project management. What's the fee? I've completed my bachelor in engineering in 2015. Again, Vakar will be suggestion is that we will be answering the question if you can send the details. We are not taking engineering options here in in the receipt. There are only undergraduate options, but the courses are available in couple of universities and couple of polytechnics. So please send your CV on our email. When Son is adding the email ID on the chat box for everyone. I think we've answered this question already. Anonymous attendee, is your master's by research approved already, which is for NZSC? For that,
Oh, so it is with NZQA. It is awaiting approval, but 99% it is already there. So that's why we have, published on our website as well. And the cost would be somewhere around $34,000 to $35,000. And the master's by thesis, we will be getting it under $30,000. So for a master's degree, $30,000 would be it.
Great. And for that, just to give on fees offered by NZSE, what's the bracket and range for undergraduate and postgraduate? Can you
So
repeat it for everyone?
undergraduate, I would say all the courses are at 20,000 or under $20,000, which is living expense for 1 year. And what we're coming up with PG and master's degree would be somewhere between 25, even graduate diploma in teaching that we're coming up with would be somewhere between 25 to 30,000. Only master's by research is going to be a bit more because the duration of the course is going to be more. And there is a research component, etc., involved in it.
So, for that, I know we don't offer much scholarship. What are the fee bracket if we see NZSC's fees is on a great side, if I can say that, for the
So even
students.
after, so not comparing, not naming anything. So even after, if you consider other institutes, if you calculate their fee, it would at least be 5 to 7,000 more after the scholarships that they offer. So that's where we sit at. And yep, we are coming up with scholarship opportunities, which you will see. So the fee structure that I'm talking about when it comes to masters, PG diploma is after scholarship that we are offering, of course. So if I see the masters is going to be around 35 to 39,000, thesis and research we have gotten it down to 29 to $30,000. So
Great. Next question is Waqar is RBS in Pakistan. So RBS, we have a licensed immigration advisor partner in Pakistan. We will share the details, but in meantime, if you can drop an email on hello@rbsintellect.com. We have a team member from New Zealand looking into that market, and we are operating that market from multiple regions. Like we have a team member in Malaysia also is looking after the Pakistan market too. Shifleen, you have completed 4 years bachelor degree up in from Turkey, and currently he has an open work permit and working in Antalya Airport. Again, Kashif, anybody is working from any country, you can apply to New Zealand. Even your domicile is a different country. If you're working, we just need to see what are the background, how the financials are shown, and we can follow that process. I can simply say we're currently processing visa for um, Saudi students from Malaysia. We're currently processing students from US, which are from as a Malaysian background coming to New Zealand. So there are multiple backgrounds, so you don't need to worry where you are from where you're joining in. Is there any placement guarantee for the health courses for that for your?
yep, I'll take it. So what we have is we have a lot of employer partners related to healthcare. So we literally have New Zealand Aged Care Association, Healthcare New Zealand, multiple partners, which we have tied up with. So what happens is the 160 and 200 hours of the work placement that I spoke about, we will be placing the students there. However, we have two teams who assist the students in finding jobs, how to prepare for an interview, how to draft a CV, how to apply for jobs, literally, and also prepare you with mock interviews, etc. But eventually, it is only in your control to go and clear an interview in front of the employer. So we will assist you in getting to the employer, but clearing the interview process is only in your control. But yes, we do provide job assistance as well, but there is no guarantee. No one can give guarantee for that.
Great. Praveen, I have a 15 experience in government bank, India as a branch head. What's the chances to me get student visa in this age? I mean, Praveen, we recently did a visa for 71-year-old, a study visa. So just to give you a heads up, study visa is not an issue. If you are below 55, that's the right for the residence pathway. Study visa, we have not seen the age till the time you can justify that why you are coming. So again, we are getting mature clients in any case, but we'll talk about more detail if you can send us the CV and details. Ishwar Guy, what about EIT College? Again, we are talking about NZSC today. We do represent EIT. So RBS represent all the institutions in New Zealand which are operating for the international market from a schooling sector to the university. But again, we're talking about health programs at NZSC. EIT is famous for the health programs and a couple of other programs, but I would recommend to reach out to us. I have diploma in logistics with 3 years work experience. Can I apply master? So when for the masters you're planning, will they be okay for the student with the diploma to
Depends
the
on
bachelor?
Masters of Business Intelligence, yes, but it also depends on the kind of work experience that you're currently holding. So after looking into that, after assessing, we'll be able to, answer whether you will be eligible for directly masters, or like I said, we also coming up with PG certificate in business intelligence, which can lead to a master's degree. So it is possible, but absolutely depends on your profile.
Great. I mean, Santosh, you're talking about University of Auckland course that you offer and you want to talk about it. Again, we need to just see that what, I mean, it's a master's by research or it's a PhD. There are multiple ways. Yes, there are opportunities of job. You can work while you are studying. But again, we need to see what you're coming to study. So I will not answer the question without a specific background. Will be helpful. Um, Again, Ali Raza, Pakistan passport, living in Gulf. Yes, you can apply. That's not an issue. There was a question which was supposed to answer, I believe. Um, if we go down, I have somebody answered there's a LI fees. I mean, Son, you have answered that question, looks like.
Yep.
So, yeah, I mean, just to give you a heads up, LI consultation are no cost, but if you're using licensed immigration advisor services, they are charged. Depend upon what visa you're going in. But if you're doing for a student visa, it's exempted category, which that's where RBS don't charge any fees. But if licensed advisor is representing your case, there will be a cost because it is recommended and required from the authority. But again, just giving heads up, the license and LI fees at RBS are very kind of
Reasonable.
reasonable. We're not very expensive, and again, we want to make sure that we help as many people at a good cause. And there are some benefits from the community level. We support on the community briefings or community support in New Zealand. Just heads up. So we have a non-resident. I'm a 55 years old. Have done chemical engineering. I mean, guys, any age factor study is not an issue, but for residency is the age limit. So please giving heads up. Who I can send my transcript resume to study master. When we mentioned the email ID, it's hello@rbsintellect.com. That's a centralized ID. As per your location, the team will allocate to you the right person where they can visit and call you and discuss with you. Grad dip in what's the difference between NZ diploma in ECE and grad dip in ECE? So, Farzad, this is your question.
Okay, so just to answer in basic stuff, if you want to become a registered teacher in New Zealand, you need to study with bachelor's degree, graduate diploma, or master's, right? However, the New Zealand, so if you study a graduate diploma in EC 1 year, you are eligible for post-study, but also become a registered teacher. But if you just study New Zealand diploma in EC level 5 1 year, you can't become a registered teacher in New Zealand, nor you're eligible for any post-study work visa. Hence why we have created a pathway of directly studying Bachelor of Teaching in Early Childhood Education from year two. So that just solves the problem. And I hope you've understood the difference here.
So I'll be taking a few more questions because we will try to cover the answers in next 3 minutes as much we can. Grad dip in data analytics is also the job guidance support like health.
Yes, like I said, we do have employer partners available and we will assist the student in getting a part-time job also, 100%. So if you have specific background, if you're good there and if you're performing well in your interview, I don't think any employer is going to deny you for a part-time job as well, 100%.
Great. Israb, I have bachelor degree in mechanical engineering, have been working in different roles. I don't know what is best for me. I mean, Israb, please share your CV. Somebody will reach out to you. We need to see what experience, what roles you're working in, and then we can suggest what courses are right for you. I mean, just to give you heads up, consultations are free. Nobody charges you for any consultation, even it is at a LI level. Depend if it's required. Mohammed Anos, my name is Mohammed. I'm from Myanmar. I completed high school since 2023. Then I was studying in university for BSc Physics. I used to complete first year. Unfortunately, Myanmar government disenfranchised my citizen opportunity. Okay, fine. I want to write to Malaysia. So, Mohammed, when your case have a bit more detail to go in, you are in Malaysia currently from Myanmar. You can go to our office in Subang Jaya. We can see the details. You are on different status, so I don't want to go in detail about your status and what you're asking in. We soon will be in Malaysia by end of this month. We can discuss and see if we can get your meeting with him. But please send your details or go to Subang Jaya office or in KL, Malaysia. Okay, anonymous attendee. Electronics engineering is in green list. If yes, to NZSE have the course. Yes, NZSEG have the course.
Yes, we do have the course, and the course is a part of Greenlist, which meets the Greenlist requirement. So it's a 2-year diploma program leading to 2 years of post-study work visa also. And if you get a job as electronic engineering technician at median wage or above, you can apply for a straight to residence visa as well. So yeah, it's available with us.
Oh, great. I mean, thank you for the question. I mean, can't see the name, but anybody needing for a consultation and you ask a specific question, as soon if you can answer your email ID, they can reach out to you or to other allies, or we can reach the consultation for you. Please recommend to send us the document on email. If you need a consultation, our team will book a time with you and discuss with you on that. Thank you very much. I mean, we have Ginny time, which is the last question I'm taking for the day. We want to be on time. We want to make sure we are complete on a good sign. How many years of graduate teacher in NZ? Or to become how many years to become a graduate teacher in NZ, if I understand the question? I mean, for example, somebody's a bachelor background, they coming a
So,
graduate.
so if you study our graduate diploma in teaching, no matter what specialization, you do become a registered teacher. However, basis Teaching Council of New Zealand, what I understand is first you get a provisional license to work as a teacher, eventually getting into a full licensed, teacher. So it takes about 2 years to become a full licensed teacher. However, on completing the qualification, you can immediately apply to become a provisional licensed teacher in New Zealand.
Great. I think that's wonderful to have everyone, and thank you everyone for joining this evening for New Zealand, but afternoon and morning from your country. I'll thank to all our speakers today and ask for Zad if you want to add some key points or key takeaways from today, what people should remember and where should we come for.
Awesome. Firstly, thank you again for doing this. It was wonderful, and just keep an eye on what you have done actually, and whether it is going to be relevant to your profile or not. And that is something Soon and Bharat have been talking about. So the more you talk about your process, your profile with them with us, I think we'll be able to come back to you with more and more options and better options, of course. So just stick to that and make sure you ask the right questions. No question is a wrong question. So just believe in that, yeah.
Great. So, anything from your end?
Yeah, I think if any of you still have any questions, email us and we will try our best to answer you, because sometimes during webinar we can't answer all the questions, especially very individualized questions. So yeah, email us.
Great. Thank you, everyone. Have a wonderful evening, and